Hello everyone, I'm Ben Contreras, and welcome back to another episode of Ben Talks About. Now, if I can just ask Hollywood to do one thing for me, I would say, please lay off with the movie trailers, at least for a little while. Yes, it is good that you're giving people information on stuff that they want to see, but I can only do these type of things in a row so many times. So, just for the sake of getting things moving along, this is going to be my final look at any recent movie trailers for a while now. Just ignore my cat, of course, being a pain in the butt when we're trying to record. Anyway, we are going to have ourselves a movie trailer double feature today, where I talk about not one, but two film trailers that came out recently. Now, the first one isn't really that much of a trailer as it was a reveal of stuff that we didn't really know about the movie so far. And if you could see by the video game that's in front of the screen right there, we are of course talking about the few leaks and images released about the upcoming live-action Sonic the Hedgehog film. Now, this movie has already gotten itself into a bit of controversy within the Sonic fandom, mostly because of it all starting with the teaser poster that we got for the film a few weeks ago, I want to say, where it was pretty much just a sort of silhouette of what Sonic the Hedgehog is going to look in terms of its design for the movie, and that is lots of people have already made videos talking about their own personal opinion on it, and I gotta definitely say I can for the most part agree with what their main concerns. But the thing that sort of put me off the most about the teaser poster wasn't necessarily the fact that his texture makes him look all furry, similar to what they did to Pikachu and all the other Pokemon in the Detective Pikachu movie, which I actually did a video for I believe 2 weeks ago. Yeah, that didn't really bother me all that much. The thing that bothered me were his leg and arm proportions. It made it seem like they made him sort of a bit too human-esque, I want to say. It's not really something that you would expect, especially from coming from someone who grew up mostly during the modern era of Sonic the Hedgehog. But other than that, I really didn't feel the need to make a video on just solely that alone, because that's not really, enough information to go on. But then, recently we got ourselves a leaked image of another picture of Sonic showing off his full design on what he'll look like in the eventual film, and luckily, it wasn't exactly what people thought of when they were making predictions on how Sega would most likely give him a realistic hedgehog face, and instead we got ourselves this. Not sure if you could see that very well because of the glare, but yeah, this image alone gave sort of caused an outcry in the Sonic community, and I'm sitting here going to myself, it's not as bad as I feel like most people, or at least I thought it was going to be. It looks enough like Sonic. You can recognize him as, that specific character. And it's not really regardless of how he sort of looked in the film, it was guaranteed that he was gonna sort of stick out between while in the realistic environments and all that. So overall, I'm not too unhappy with the design, and also considering the fact that the poster also teased the fact that Chris Pratt is somehow going to be in the movie, it kind of makes me sort of required to watch the movie now because he's Chris Pratt. But yeah, overall, I'm not too unhappy with what we've seen so far. But I'm definitely gonna wanna check it out once we get an eventual trailer for the movie. And of course it wouldn't be a Jasper Cat video without Jack interrupting us during the recording session. But anyway, that was only part one of this double feature that we have over here, and let's move on to something I'm a little more faithful of, which is the newest trailer that came out for the film Godzilla King of the Monsters, which is going to be a follow-up to the 2014 Legendary Pictures film on the Godzilla series. Now, I personally never saw the 2014 film because I didn't really find that much of a need to, considering I've already seen pretty much all the scenes that I really care about, aka all the scenes that have Godzilla. But overall, I really enjoyed this new trailer that we got. Basically, the purpose that it mostly served, at least for me, was to give us designs for not only the, I'm guessing, slightly remodeled version of Godzilla, but to also give us, you know, the three other monsters that are of course going to be in the movie: Rodan, Mothra, and of course King Ghidorah. And overall, I am actually very happy with the overall designs of them. They only have screen time in the trailer for a few frames, but out of what we saw of them, I can definitely say that I am indeed impressed with how they portrayed them. They look similar enough to their original designs, but are unique enough to, you know, not feel like they're just rehashing the same thing over and over again. That was a bit of a problem that many of the actual Toho movies had when it came to reusing certain characters. While all of them were redesigned in some way, it kind of felt like they looked a little too similar to their original counterparts. So, overall, I'm really excited to see this movie, and one thing that sort of caught me off guard in the trailer the most was just the overall atmosphere of the movie. It almost looked like the world was on the brink of an apocalypse in a couple of those images. You know, there's like explosions everywhere. The sky is all like yellow and gray. And, you know, of course, we have, you know, all these monsters, you know, going at it against each other, especially with Godzilla charging towards King Ghidorah at the end of the trailer, which was a pretty cool image. But one thing that that doesn't necessarily have to do with the trailer, but how I feel about the film itself, I do hope that I feel like the main focus in terms of the monsters is going to be Godzilla and King Ghidorah, because, you know, their rivalry is probably the biggest one out of all, you know, kaiju related films. But I do hope that the other monsters, Mothra and Rodan, have at least enough screen time and enough story to make them not feel like they were just left in the background. That's the one thing that I really hope this film is able to give us. You know, the human storylines I'll probably be sort of like indifferent to, because, you know, I'm going into this movie wanting to see some cool kaiju fights. But overall, I did like the trailer for this movie, and it makes me all the more excited to go and see it. Especially considering the fact that, again, I never watched the 2014 movie, so I'm sort of wondering if my opinion on this film will be different compared to others who probably did see that movie. But overall, I'm definitely excited for both of these films to a fairly different degree when they eventually come out. And make sure to tell me in the comment section down below what you thought of both of these trailers, how, you know, you think of the new designs for all the Godzilla monsters, and how your personal opinion on Sonic's new design for the live-action movie. So, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and until next week, I am Ben Contreras, and bye.